Listen, guys. One thing about me is that I have never, ever, ever been wrong about a 76ers take in my life. It's just a fact. Plenty of other things I've been wrong about in many other categories. But the only thing I've ever actually been good at is Sixers talk. And I have never been wrong about a Sixers topic. I was right about the process. I was right about Drew Holiday. I was right about Nerlens Noel. I was right about Jahlil Okafor. I was right about Brett Brown. I was right about Ben Simmons. I was right about Doc Rivers. I was right about James Harden. I'm right about Joel Embiid. I was right about Paul George. And now I am right about Quinton Grimes. I had a video earlier this offseason, actually right when free agency started, and everybody thought that there was going to be a Quinton Grimes signing right off the rip. They thought the Sixers were going to offer him a contract and he was going to take it, boom, boom, boom. And I had a video stating, why would Quinton Grimes sign a contract for multiple years at less than the money that he thinks he's worth? There was the rumor that him and his camp think that he's worth $20 million a year, $25 million a year. Why would he sign a contract for multiple years, less than what he thinks he's worth, when he can wait it out, see what all the other offers are from other teams, and worst case scenario for him, he signs the 1 year, $8.7 million from the 76ers and becomes an unrestricted free agent next season, and then he can go wherever he wants and sign a bigger contract for more money if he shows out in this 1 year. Everybody thought that was crazy for me to say, and they were like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're the dumbest fucking guy. Who gave you a microphone? Podcast equipment should be more expensive. They said all this stuff because they were saying, well, why would Quinton Grimes do that? I thought this sounded obvious. So yesterday we get from Jake Fischer, there is some buzz about Quinton Grimes taking the qualifying offer from the 76ers. 76ers made the $8.7 million qualifying offer to activate the bird right situation so that, if another team offers him a contract, they can match that contract without being penalized, without accruing salary cap penalties because they have the bird rights of Quinton Grimes. And that's what I thought was going to happen. Again, why would he take less? Why would he sign a 3 or 4 year contract at, say, what did Yabusele sign for? $12 million? Like $6 million a year? Grimes, if he feels like he's worth 20, he's not going to sign 3 years, 18. If he feels like I can become an unrestricted free agent next season, and even if it gets him $1 more, that's worth it. It just doesn't make sense for him to rush into signing a contract because the money can only go up. Now, somebody also said that if he refuses to sign a contract, a long-term contract, and he just takes the 1 year, 8.7, the 76ers can, restrict his minutes and do all this stuff out of, because you don't want to piss off the organization. They can restrict his minutes, and then he won't get the playing time, and he won't show out, and he won't earn a bigger contract. The 76ers would hold out or bench one of their best guards out of spite. That sounds like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. If you're trying to win games, you're going to play your best players. Although the 76ers are retarded, so they might... Fuck, dude. I can't believe I just said that. I wanted to use a different word. Damn it. I'm going to leave it in there, see what happens. It would be very 76ers for them to do that. Also, I don't think Grimes wants to be in Philadelphia. He's from Dallas. He wants to wear fucking Beyonce cowboy boots and make TikToks, you know, showing off his outfits and be a, I don't know, ride a horse or some shit. I don't think he wants to be in Philadelphia. He especially doesn't want to be in Philadelphia with a bunch of other guards on the roster who are competing for time on a long-term deal. I just don't see it. But anyway, let's hear what Jake Fischer actually said before I ramble for 40 minutes. Here's what he said.
All the other RFA situations, like Jonathan Kuminga's, are all still hanging in the ether because the Brooklyn Nets are not throwing offer sheets at any of these guys, and there is not market pressure right now to force a Quinton Grimes offer that really gets the job done from Philadelphia, for example. I can absolutely say that the Sixers
there's not market pressure to force a contract from Philadelphia, so there's not really any rumors about other teams offering contracts that would force Philadelphia to then offer a contract.
There's people in that organization, when asked, keep saying that Quinton Grimes is their top priority and that they're going to be bringing Quinton Grimes back. It's just a matter of dollars and cents.
Yeah, Daryl Morey said that. But Daryl Morey's also a liar.
Now, there is some buzz about him wanting to take the qualifying offer too. But I do think at the end of the day, as things get closer, as we get into September and maybe even closer to October, that there will be enough synergy.
I need a truck for all.
What did he just say?
All right, Auto Trader, let's find him a ride.
So this whole report came off of that little tiny insert where he said there is some buzz about him wanting to take the qualifying offer. But then he said this. Come on, 2 ads, bro? 2 ads? Well, creators should get YouTube Premium for free. I should get YouTube Premium for free. I'm not paying $15 for that. Oh, shit.
Sixers, because
hold on, I want to hear this part.
I do think
I think they're predicting
at the end of the day, as things get closer, as we get into September and maybe even closer to October, that there
are they his rookie contract was 4 years, $11 million.
Will be enough synergy between Quinton Grimes and the Sixers, because Quinton Grimes has never made significant money throughout his tenure as an NBA player. See it right there. His rookie deal, 4 years, $11 million average.
I'm not gonna lie, Jake Fischer kind of a little bit sounds like AI. He kind of a little bit sounds like he types all of his notes into ChatGPT and then just reads it.
Salary is 2.7.
No offense, Jake.
He absolutely stands to benefit from taking a significant offer, whatever it ends up being, from Philadelphia. They have their own limitations. Remember, the Sixers let Gershon Yabusele walk because they don't want to go past the second apron in re-signing Quinton Grimes. They're willing to go past the second apron at certain points in the season, but they want to maintain flexibility right now to keep their taxpayer mid-level open. In Brooklyn, there's still nothing about Cam Thomas, I think, to really bring some positive.
Holy shit, Jake. I'm going to bookmark this for the next time I have trouble sleeping. Anyway, Jake says that, you know, there is some buzz about Quinton Grimes taking the qualifying offer from the 76ers. I always thought that's what he was going to do because I think he wants to become an unrestricted free agent. I think he's going to benefit this upcoming season. And, yeah, you could talk about VJ Edgecombe and Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey. I don't think either of those I don't think any 3 of those players are similar to Quinton Grimes as far as his play style, and he's known as an elite perimeter guard defender. So I think Quinton Grimes is pretty confident in himself that I'll get the playing time this season. I'll show out. I'll show everybody that those games weren't flukes. That 46-point performance against the Houston Rockets wasn't a fluke. These games where I was dropping 30, 40 points on high efficiency, it wasn't a fluke. And then he'll be unrestricted. And he'll sign a 4-year whatever with whoever that's going to be worth way more money. Also, if he, almost forgot to say this, if he takes the qualifying offer, that incentivizes the 76ers to want to trade him that much more because they don't want to lose him for nothing. The Lakers are interested. A lot of teams would be interested. And then, you know, the 76ers wouldn't get for him what he's worth because a sign and trade never benefits the trading team, but I could see, I think I made that prediction a couple weeks ago that I could see Quinton Grimes taking the qualifying offer and then the 76ers trading him at the deadline. But there's that, man. Give me all your thoughts on the Quinton Grimes stuff. If he signs 1 year, 8.7, that's what I predicted because it makes the most sense. Yeah. Before I get out of here, we also have this. Shams was talking about the Sixers locker room leak. And he said, I saw a quote from Joel Embiid saying, I know who the source is. I'd be stunned if he knows who the source was. Let's hear this.
Tyrese Maxey essentially calling out Joel Embiid in a team meeting, a players-only meeting, for being tardy and needing to show more accountability. And I wouldn't say I received backlash for that story, but I received a lot of, who gave you that? How did you hear that? Who was your source? And to me,
who was a snitch?
Those are the best stories, is when no one knows who the source is, but they're throwing guesses and like it's.
I'm telling you guys, it was Rich Paul. I'm telling you, Tyrese told Rich Paul, not thinking he was going to leak it. And Rich Paul leaked it because he wants Tyrese Maxey to be the number one in Philadelphia, and he wants to get Joel Embiid up out of here. Rich Paul's he's always playing chess, bro.
It's always 99% wrong. Like I saw a quote Joel Embiid actually said, like, I know who the source is. I know who my main source was. I'd be stunned if he knows who that's. So it's like, it's always.
But anyway, Joel Embiid, here's my take on this. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who the source is. Tyrese Maxey called you out in a team meeting for being late to practice, for not being at film study, for lollygagging around, and for not setting a good example and not being a team leader. That's all we should be focused on. Joel Embiid should be sitting up there saying, he's right, I need to be a better leader. Instead, he's trying to find the snitch like he's fucking Dick Tracy. I don't care who the snitch is. Be on time to practice. Be a better leader. Hey, man, it's August 7th, I think. I realistically have absolutely nothing to talk about. I hope maybe this video gave you 12 minutes and 49 seconds of entertainment in your day. Hit the like button for me one time. I'll see you guys soon.